prayers, with all her confidence in God, with all her rejecting that exam malpractice, is not what she expected that she saw. And her faith crumbled. I remember I was not in Nigeria, but they called me. And Nkechi gave me a report and said, I want to kill herself. Oh. Her dad, they called, oh, Someone is dying. Oh. She said, God have failed her. Oh. Blah, 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 blah. I tell Nkechi what she would do. Please, can you invite her to the headquarters? Let's really talk to her. So she eventually came. She cried. When I say she wept. And all her weeping is that God has failed me. God has failed me. After all my faith, after I professed Christ, even the disciples, I went for God. At least God would have made it to prove to them that He is my God now. Why did He do this? We canceled her eventually. She gets herself right. She said, can I pick again? I said, you can pick again. Then she did transparency. Then I told her that, let her watch where the thing will end. That this is a game. God has started playing this game with you. Then let's watch and see where it will end. Just allow this God you are calling. He's not a fake God. He's original God. This is what I'm telling you guys, that God can kick you as a ball. Wham! He's expecting you to take the ball and cross the enemy and give goal and leave the rest for him. Even though jump, because she did well in the jump, even though jump come on top of it and she didn't do well in jump, that is another God that kick her. What is God is trying to test her? He wants to see whether she really know the God she's calling. God wants to know whether she's ready to stand as a priest. If she can defend her priesthood in the midst of the people, in the midst of the school. That's the meaning of what you are sharing. The end of the story is that eventually there is another competition. I want you to see how God compensates His people. She went for a competition in Anambra State. And she did extremely good that one of the sponsors picked her right away and say, you are so smart that I can't stand you. I will take over your schooling. From that university to the end, I will pay your tuition. It never ends. The same Mesoma that is crying that God disappointed her. Eventually, this school will now give her admission. Now, tell us, what are you studying?
Medicine and surgery.
Clap for Jesus. You are not clapping. You are not even clapping. I expect you to stand up and say, glory be to Jesus. Praise the Lord. So, now let's analyze it. God have decided, because she wants to go to Soka. I think you are in Oka, right? God have already known that she's going to study in Oka. But she wants to go to Soka where Ndisi na Nwoko. And God have decided that Oka will be where she will go. And then I begin to ask questions in this her condition. That is when I understand the way God used to kick us as a ball. Remember, we are ball at the center, God and Satan. Satan wanted to throw her away by her being disappointed. That is not what she expected from God, that God gave to her. This is always what happened to us. And these have killed so many Christians. After many prayers, fasting, going to mountains, believing God, having confidence in God. Especially when you are in the right side, when you are praising God. Let me tell you, God is a game player. He can play your head and your brain. Just to twist and see how your priesthood
Can you tell us, are you doing this way? For Jesus.
Now, let's ask her, do you still see God as one that is disappointing?
No.
Is it not? So she says she's not seeing God as a disappointing one. But at the initial stage, when God kicked her like a ball, she said, oh, you are a disappointed one. You are not worthy. I won't follow you again. You disappointed me. But today, she's happy, saying, Baba, when she was worshiping, you will see that the worship is inside her. There is something that she wants to pour out through that song. So, finally, what I want to say, if you watch her message, she said, you are not in this world only to come and bear fruit and eat and make money and go. There is a purpose. Her revelation said there are a group of people that were there standing. And she was asking, where are these people here? They told her that these are the people that God wants to use to save. That means she's an evangelist. That is the beginning of my calling. I had the same revelation. We are armies, a lot of armies, mainly women and children. They were with gun, ready to go war, but no leader. Until when the man called me and dressed me in army uniform and said, lead these people to eternity. Just the same calling. So what I'm trying to bring out is, what is your calling? Why are you wasting your years? Why are you wasting your time? Just to live on earth and go. Look at a young girl like that. And in university, she's still standing for God. So what of you? So I give God all the glory that this her message and her encounter have given us analysis. What I mean that we are in the center of the battle. It's not what you expect that you will see from God. But what I want to show you, after he turns you around and around, the same thing you are asking for, he will eventually give it to you and give you in abundance. But the problem is that the enemy have siphoned us and make us not to believe him, and now give us deception and give us corruption and give us lies so we can shift from God's way. And that is the work of Satan. Because at that point, if you are not controlling yourself, you see yourself compromising because you feel God has failed me, he doesn't give me my heart desire. Look at the people that we are messing up with money practice, and eventually they made it. But in the Igbo say, so the way of God is different from the way of man. Brethren, be careful. Don't follow where others fall. Stop looking into the world. The way of the world is not the way of the Lord. The way of the Lord is very narrow. And I want you to be strong in what you are going through and match the end. Bible says, match the end of the righteous. What will happen? It shall be well with you. Shall we give grants unto God?